Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, I know Kenyans asked themselves what was the purpose of Raila Odinga being part and parcel of the African Heads of State Summit in Nairobi at KICC. When you look at Raila Odinga attending that summit, remember Raila Odinga earlier on declared his interest towards the chairperson of African Union Commission. So we are being told that this attendance of Raila Odinga to this summit was to at least familiarize with this head of states and also understand different sectors and what is the push and the agendas of these heads of states of Africa. As if that was not enough, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at Raila Odinga's yesterday engagement, it's showing that this man is clearly understanding the path and roots of Africa, and even if he's trying to be familiar with different presidents across Africa, I think Raila Odinga might have it easy to clinch this seat compared to other candidates. Despite of that, I know also other candidates, they also have their interest. And remember also they are having their path and roots, how they are familiar with what is needed in African leadership or African Union Commission leadership. And they do understand the ideologies and agendas of African Union Commission. So after yesterday's summit, after Raila Odinga had attended the summit, Raila Odinga met several stakeholders yesterday, including other commissioners, ambassadors from different countries in Africa yesterday. Some at his residence, some different hotels in Nairobi. And the reason why he's doing this is to ensure that comes 2025, in the month of May, the 5th, he's going to clinch this seat. Now, today, Raila Odinga is reporting to us, telling us that last night at JKIA, they met with World Bank President Ajay Banga on the prospect and projection for African growth. And he said that they were on their way out of Nairobi for a brief mission abroad, and they will be back in the course of the week. The mission of Raila Odinga is clearly to shade a roadmap, how he's going to ensure that those who are thinking that he does not have a roadmap in Africa, and also remember this leadership of African Union Commission does not only entails Africa, but also entails other stakeholders outside African Union Commission. Remember, different stakeholders like World Bank are involved, IMF, International Monetary Fund, is also involved. When look at UN, United Nations are also involved. And that is why he's not only showing his interest to lead African Union Commission or Africa, but at the same time, how can he have a connection with other stakeholders outside Africa? And that is why Raila Odinga is very keen having these different tours to ensure not only is going to get a support in Africa, but also outside Africa, so that they can have a smooth roadmap how, if there is a possibility of him being the next African Union Commission chair, then he will be able to propel his agendas and ideology in this seat. As much as we are concerned, we are being told, as much as William Ruto is also trying his best to fight for Raila Odinga for this seat, we are being told that also Raila Odinga is busy rallying a support behind him towards this African Union Commission race. But when you compare Raila Odinga's determination and his commitment for Africa, then you compare with the candidate from Djibouti, Ali Mohamud, together with the other candidate, a lady from Somali, you will understand that Raila Odinga is so committed. And even in fact, compared to other candidates, this African president can see clearly that this man, Raila Odinga, is so far better than even these other candidates. Despite of other influence and also other issues to be looked upon, you will realize that Raila Odinga also sits at a better position of having a clear, let me say, a good friendship with other African presidents. Like, for example, when you look at west side of Africa, central side of Africa, including the country that currently the chairperson of African Union, Moussa Faki, is coming from, Chad. And so, this will depend how Raila Odinga is going to influence other countries like from West Africa, Central Africa, North, South, and East. As we speak already, East African community involving different countries is already coming out to endorse one candidate. When William Ruto came earlier on meeting the president of Tanzania and Uganda, they had agreed that at least it was better for them to portray or present their candidate, one candidate. And because there was a proposal that this time round, it was East Africa Community Bloc to produce a candidate for this race, and it was automatically that this time round, we must have African Union Commission chairperson coming from East African Bloc. And so, to make at least the race to be competitive, there must be other candidates, like for example, the candidate from Djibouti, that is Ali Mohamud, and the other lady from Somali. And so that at least we can see it is a competition. But clearly when you look at the race and the determination of Raila Odinga, you will realize that Raila Odinga is at a better place of securing this seat. And that is why he is touring across, let me say across the world, because Raila Odinga, the other day was in UK. Today, as we speak, during the night, they went to Dubai, as we speak. And this is because of the issues of African issues, you know. And so, as yesterday's summit, we saw different stakeholders, like the president of World Bank President Ajay Banga, being part and parcel of this 20 Head of States Summit in Nairobi at KICC. This was a clear roadmap to at least connect Raila Odinga with this head of states. You can clearly see even photos. This man is comfortable among these head of states, and also these heads of states, they are comfortable with Raila Amolo Odinga. So we're just keenly watching how things are going to be. As we are approaching next year, we are looking for the thorough campaign that is going to be launched. And already, we are seeing Raila Odinga continue to do it. The same to William Samoei Ruto. In every country that he visits, he always requests for support. Because William Ruto is saying, this time round, they are having their candidate. And their candidate is Raila Amolo Odinga. So we are just watching how things are going to be, because it seems like Raila Odinga is the only candidate that is so determined. I don't want to rubbish other candidates, because also we are having them in East African bloc. We cannot rubbish them. But at the same time, you can see clearly this man Raila Odinga is taking the day now and then. So we're just praying for him. We wait how things will be. Then if he wins this seat, he wins and is a very important seat, and is going to represent not only Kenya but also other countries in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till we meet in another video.